Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1957 Smith Corona Silent Super Vintage Portable Typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in the USA and one of the top typewriters of all time. A masterpiece in engineering. Still holds up to today's standards. Smoothness, quiet operation, precise, reliable. Smith Corona really took the time to get this right versus the Skywriter, which is the version of this, but it's an ultra portable and it's just clunky, loose, and cheaply made. Those things, no matter how much time you spend on them, by the time they get to their destination, they have some problems. So I'm quitting Skywriters for the record, and I want more of these Silent Supers. And the Silent, which is basically the same typewriter, but this one is the upgrade from the Silent. It's got the tab function on the keyboard instead of manually on the back. This is the paper support arm that flips up from the back. This is the paper guide that helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to set the margins after I load the page because this has two paper fingers in the front that you want to set first. Which are these two here, and those are adjustable, and I'm just going to put them on the edges for maximum clearance. It also has a paper bail that sits on top with 3 rollers. Maximum pressure on the page to hold it down nice and tight. Now to set those margins, that left one's good. If you go too close to the left side, you'll get stuck on that paper finger when you're typing those first couple characters. The vibrator that goes up and down gets stuck on that. So I'm just going to get as close as I can without bumping into it. Margins are right behind the paper bed there, or paper table, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just going to set those as close as I can to those paper fingers for maximum clearance. Good to go. Once you hear the bell, you're near the end of the margin. Hit this line space, get you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, just flip that switch back 1 notch. Skips 2, 1 more, it skips 3. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side. Flip that all the way down to the red indicator. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, which is red. When you have it in the middle, it prints no ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Beautiful. Got a brand new Platen installed. So it's quiet. It's much quieter than if you have an original Platen, and the print looks much better. The process of putting a new Platen on a typewriter is not easy. So this is special. Look at that print. About as good as it gets. Pica typeface, prints 10 characters per inch. So yeah, you got to send in your old Platen to JJ Short, which is basically the only mass manufacturer, I guess. Small operations though. You got to send it to them without the knobs on it, and they put a new rubber on it, and they send it back within 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes even longer. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side. Flip that forward. It unlocks the rollers underneath the Platen, allowing you to pull the page out easier or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. So yeah, put a new Platen. It's not necessarily sustainable if you're working on typewriters every day. If every single Platen that you send in has to be redone, and then you got to wait 2 weeks for each one of those. I guess if you have a huge pipeline, that can work out, but I only typically do that when the Platens that are on them are just completely either too hard or soft, or just cracked up. Most Platens still, that I find are still good and print well. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, if it doesn't have a new Platen, I don't want to deal with it. Well, if you want to deal that way, then yeah, we can help you. It's going to be more rare and much more expensive. Okay, up top, we're going to put that back up top for black ink. Shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Backspace on the left side, very good. Tab on the right. So on the Silent, which is basically the same typewriter, you will set it on the back. There's inserts that you would put in. This one is set and clear, and you can set as many tabs as you want. Right now I got them set on 10 space intervals, so I'm just going to go to each one and hit the CL button to clear each one of them. Very good. So now we don't have any tabs set, so I'm going to set one right there, just because I always like to set one tab somewhere so when you hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear on your typewriter. You can set as many tabs as you want on this model. MR stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that MR button. It does allow you to type past that all the way to the end or until you get stuck on that paper finger. Backspace, very smooth. And that's it on the keyboard. I'm going to open the spool cover here. All the brand new ribbons loaded on the left, so it's pulling clockwise to the right. If you want to switch that direction, there's a switch on the left side here. Flip that up, and it'll pull counterclockwise to the left. Flip it down for the right. That's the direction we want it to go. And it does have automatic ribbon reverse when you get to the end of the ribbon. If you pull on the side, the eyelet will pull on this, automatically reversing it back to that side. Both sides have it. Pretty much every typewriter has it. Touch control. Just a different mechanism on each typewriter. Right here, low is all the way to the right, and there's an L and numbers all the way up to high to the left. That just loads a spring that's connected to all the keys, which increases the tension. So you just want to play with that to gauge your preference as far as touch control goes. Carriage release, nice metal ones. This is a masterpiece of engineering because the newer ones, they have the hard plastic carriage release levers and those break off all the time, and there's old and they don't make them anymore. But if you do have one of those, check out my shop. I do 3D print replacements for those. I just would prefer the metal for just longevity. And this is your carriage lock. Flip it up, it releases the carriage and locks it in the middle. So when you have it in a case, you protect the escapement and the internal mechanisms. To unlock it, just move the carriage to the right a little bit. Carriage release on the left side. Super smooth, very nice condition typewriter, brand new Platen. If you pull out the lever on the left side, it disables the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You push it in, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is one space. Same concept with this lever on the inside here. You flip that down, it disables the spacing. Flip it up, you get the clicks. And on the inside of the left side of the Platen is the page gauge. It just warns you when you get to the bottom and the end of the page. If you load the page right underneath the 11, right there, it'll start, as you're feeding it through, it'll start to warn you that's 2 inches left of the bottom of the page. And that's 1 inch, and that's the end. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.